So this is titled, Am I Overreacting to My Husband? To my conversation with my husband about Christmas tree. Context, they are both middle-aged and Gertrude is a houseplant. Am I overreacting to his sudden aversion to a Christmas tree? Am I being too sensitive? How would you have reacted if you were in my shoes? I'm a little hurt, but I'm not trying to make this holiday all about me. Also feeling gaslit at the same time. I don't know what to do. Married for 10 years. We are both atheists.
And pause real quick. Anybody that uses terms like gaslit, stonewalling, narcissist, or any of the buzzwords, when you use the term, tell us why you feel gaslit. If you guys feel like you're being gaslit, I want specifics as to why you're saying that.
Telling me that I'm crazy.
Right. Well,
telling me that never happened.
Right. Well, being gaslit is not being told that you're crazy. Being gaslit is being told that that never happened. And where that actually comes from is somebody, I'm not going to get into that, but the person that actually did that was being very manipulative, trying to make his wife crazy, and then eventually Baker acted her. Right. So like, you don't just get to be like, I'm being gaslit because you don't like the way things are going.
Or that you're not getting your way or
that.
All of those other things.
Yep.
It is deliberate intention, actions, and wording from the person you're speaking with to reframe your recollections of things that happened.
To make you crazy.
To make you crazy. All right. Married for 10 years. We are both atheists. I'm far more passive about it than he is. Regardless, he's always been enthusiastically involved with Santa traditions for my now teen daughter, his stepdaughter.
Okay, so he was doing it for the kid. Fuck with that.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for the kids, I wouldn't celebrate Christmas. Even with our faith. I'm just not doing that. I would not celebrate any major holiday. I'm going to buy you some chocolates because it's fucking Tuesday and you got a fat ass and I love it.
Oh, thank you.
Right? Like that's where we're going with this.
Right.
Not because corporations tell me that I have to. Yes.
She has aged out of the magic, but I wanted to continue to do the traditions for our 1-year-old.
So they're still in the... Okay, well, at one, that kid ain't remembering shit.
No, not at 1 year old.
Has no idea what's happening.
Everything that happens... Okay, I'm going to pause. So, like, true consciousness and being aware of things and actually forming memory starts at about the age 7. So, taking your 3-year-old to Disney's for you. That's not for your 3-year-old.
Right.
Right? Making sure that you have the most extensive Polar Express inside of the household for your 4-year-old to look at is for you and your memories, not for that 4-year-old.
Right. As you age, most people don't have memories before they're 5 years old. And if you do, it's one or two vague, like you don't have a true recollection.
Yeah, it's like looking at something through water. Continuing on.
Yes.
He has a teenage daughter that he's now estranged from, but celebrated Christmas with her when she was little, as well as his nieces and nephews. He was very close with his grandma and speaks fondly of holiday memories with her. He had a very unstable and abusive childhood, and I try to be sensitive to that when it comes to things like holidays. Christmas brings me a lot of peaceful, happy nostalgia, and I enjoy decorating very much. I included a picture of our tree and decor from last year for some context, so that you can see they did the thing. That's Gertrude.
Okay.
Very nice. Conversation. This was a text message conversation. Husband, Christmas is all settled for blank, by the way. Not sure if I told you that. Just wanted to wrap them, and I plan on putting them under Gertrude this year. We should just decorate Gertrude, and then there's a redacted message. Husband then sent a heart, and he continues on to say, can always set up the tree too, but it just makes the cat so sick. Context, the poster clarified that the cat eats the needles and throws up.
Okay, so it's a problem.
That is a problem. Wife, damn, no tree is kind of depressing, but we can decorate Bonnie for sure. Husband says, it's a Christmas tree, we're not Christians. Are you depressed that we don't have a menorah too?
Okay, pause. Because the tree from Christmas has nothing to do with Christianity. It's the Yuletime log.
Yeah.
The tree itself is from Yule. It has nothing to do with Christ.
Yeah, I want to say that it was something that was adapted during the maybe the Victorian times or the Edwardian times.
It's from pagan holidays.
Right, but it became a standard household thing during, I want to say, the 17 or the 1800s. And they began decorating the trees with like strings of popcorn. And they were putting candles in the trees to illuminate it and all those kinds of things. Definitely a fire hazard. Do not try. A lot of houses burned down during that time. But that became one of those trendy things during one of the later centuries because it was something that they did. Kind of like how the Romans would use rhino horns for whatever. It was just something that they did at that time.
Before you move on, Bandit said, I know he said he was going to, but is anyone else a little mystified to see Chris not in shorts? I have a whole lot of new clothes being delivered today. 2025 is going to be the year of me not feeling like shit about myself.
I'm here for the glow up.
Getting my, I love you more than anything in the universe.
Don't ever say that again.
Please don't ever say that again.
I'm here for you changing your wardrobe and giving me something new to look at.
Yeah. I'll be your arm candy this year. You were it for me for the last two. It's my turn to step up and serve.
Continuing on.
Yeah.
That's like fucking kryptonite. I don't know what I was just thinking. I don't know what year we're in anymore.
All it takes is a wink.
Fuck.
That's funny. Okay, 1848 was the first year a Christmas tree was put in Windsor Castle. Prince Albert brought it from Germany. I'm not going to make a dick joke.
Continuing on, are you depressed that we don't have a menorah too? So I'm just going to pause there. So he had a conversation of, I plan on wrapping them and putting them under Gertrude this year. We should just decorate Gertrude. We can always put the tree up too, but it just makes the cat so sick. I don't see anything wrong with that. It's a conversation of what I'm planning to do, what I would like to do. Now you say what you want. Then she went on to say, damn, no tree is kind of depressing. Why say that?
Well, what should she have said?
I would have said, I understand that it makes the cat sick. Not having a Christmas tree would kind of make me sad, though. Is there a workaround that we can do? Maybe set up a gate around the tree. Try to find a solution versus, damn, that's depressing. But then she went on to say, what?
Do you think that our animals would do something that would intentionally make us sick, knowing that we do not have the restraint to not fuck with it?
What did you just ask me?
If let's say Ivy ate Christmas needles and it made her throw up.
Right.
We're doing that, knowing that she's going to eat those needles, going to get sick. We are putting a hazard in the home that she does not have the restraint or the mental capacity to go, hey, this is making me sick.
Yeah.
Do you think our pets would ever intentionally do that to us?
Put us in harm's way?
Right.
No.
Okay. Yet we're willing to do it for our own visual
Nostalgia.
amusement.
Yeah.
Knowing that our cats are going to climb the trees, they're going to eat the ornaments, they're going to eat the leaves, they're going to break
sick,
things,
yeah.
they're going to throw up, they are going to get sick. And when we choose to have a pet, we are making a decision to have another family member.
Right.
That is a feeble child that we have to take care of.
And think for. They're capable of thinking for themselves, but
Yeah.
if a cat is ingesting pine needles,
Yep.
it's like when you have a child, you baby-proof the house.
Right.
I don't care how much you like looking at empty sockets. We're going to put something over those sockets.
I love them looking holes.
So many things I can plug in. He then says, it's a Christmas tree. We're not Christians. Are you depressed that we don't have a menorah too? Comes across as homie took that personal.
Yeah.
Like, I just did something to upset my woman and now I'm to blame for that. That's a very snarky thing to say in my opinion, but so was damn not having a Christmas tree is depressing.
Yeah. They are definitely not communicating effectively.
Yeah.
But where's the servitude there?
Right.
Because the way that you laid it out, you said that, is there something that we can do to rectify this, to fix the situation so that I can have a tree and the cat doesn't get sick? Like there's got to be a way that we can both win here. And had that been the problem solving situation, I wonder if he would have reacted the way that he did.
Right.
And I'm not saying that he's right for reacting the way that he did to her. Damn, that's depressing. I got to be honest. I think that both of them are pretty childish in the moment of that.
I agree.
Damn, that's depressing. Well, I'm sorry that's depressing, babe. Like he could have just shut that the fuck down. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry that it's depressing. I care about the cat.
I'm tired of paying for the vet bill.
Right. What if it kills her this time? You know what I mean? Like, we could have had a conversation. Where's the empathy in that? I understand that you really want to continue the Christmas tradition. You're right. I'm sure that there is a way that we can figure out a way to make this work. Maybe put the tree on the back porch. We'll get a real tree. Put it on the back porch. Porch is screened in. Maybe. I don't know if ours is. Or put it in a separate room. You won't be able to get to see it every day. And I know you like the whole sparkly. That's cool. But like, there's got to be a workaround. Let's figure that out.
Right. Continuing on.
Yes.
Husband continues on to say, just think about it logically for a second, We can always put it up. Oh, you can always put it up. I'm just saying I'm not going to do it this year. Never once had a Christmas tree with redacted or any of the kids, and we always had a blast. My grandma would always put one up, though.
Okay, wait a minute now, because that's not the way this story started. Never had a tree with so-and-so, redacted. So I don't understand. If he's never done the Christmas tree thing, I don't understand what the problem is.
I don't know either. I'm actually confused.
Can you read it again?
Never once had a Christmas tree with redacted or any of the kids, and we always had a blast. So I don't know if that's talking about childhood experience. Like they never set up a tree because there's a photo included from the year prior of them decorating a Christmas tree and all of that.
Right. Okay. So that's just confusing then.
Continuing on.
Yes.
Wife, I will put it up and me and redacted will decorate it. No worries. Husband says, okay, Christian, LOL, make sure you make the angel real big for God. Wife says, isn't the Christmas tree a pagan thing? LOL. And then she says, I know, right?
Why is he intentionally starting a fight?
I think he's taking all of this shit super personal.
I don't think he's taking it personal. I think he just doesn't want to do it and he's acting like a fucking child trying to get his way.
Yeah.
That's really childish to me.
Yeah, that okay, Christian, LOL, make sure you make the angel real big for God. Okay, so now when you get home, we're going to have a conversation about our relationship.
Right.
Because you don't fucking talk to me like that.
Right. That LOL is not an LOL.
No, that is a snarky
right.
14-year-old, I'm trying to push your buttons, so I'm going to bully you and make you think I'm laughing about this.
Right.
And my tolerance for that is so fucking low. Say that shit to me, pack your bags when you get home.
I remember what I was going to say.
Beautiful.
The second thing, confrontation and conflict in relationships is fucking normal.
Yeah.
Everyone is going to have disruptions. The way that you have disruptions, can't believe that we're gonna have a talk when we get home. Totally triggered that for me. The way that you handle conflict and the way that you choose to navigate disruptions is going to be indicative of your outcome. This is not going to get you an outcome that's going to be productive in any way, shape, or form.
Right. Nobody's going to get what they want out of this.
He's going to bully her to make her feel like shit, and she's probably not going to do it. This is manipulation.
Oh, 100%.
I actually view this as a form of abuse. And I know that, like, you have to be very careful with the whole abuse thing and all of that, but, like...
There's different levels to it. I view this as entry-level abuse.
It's psychological warfare. It is.
Mm-hmm.
So again, conflict is normal. Disruptions are going to happen. The way that you navigate those situations to reach a desired outcome that is beneficial to both parties involved is what matters. If you're going tit for tat and you're name calling and you're doing shit like this or what we saw in that previous video, you are punishing. You are trying to punish your person for their quote unquote stupidity or their shortcomings or whatever it is that you view them as less than. And that comes from not only a place of control and ownership, but a place of I'm superior. I can't believe they're not living to the standard that I've set. Right? Like, okay.
Temper tantrum.
Ooh, well said.
Homie's throwing a temper tantrum. Arguing is just an intellectual temper tantrum.
Depends on how the argument goes, but I agree.
Continuing on.
Can you define argument? Like in that term where it is an emotional temper tantrum, what does an argument look like? Because
okay, Christian, LOL. Make sure you make the angel real big for God.
Okay. You scrolled quick.
Yeah.
That was funny. I just want to point out that a disagreement where you are having a back and forth dialogue between two people could be seen as an argument. And I don't think that that's a bad thing. It's when it becomes nasty.
Stupid.
Right. Or malicious intent.
Yeah.
Okay.
Childish. Continuing on.
Yep.
Husband. No atheist puts up a Christmas tree, and every Christian does, so that's all I care about.
That's bullshit. That is a false statement.
That is no atheist. I can name 5 atheists right now I know put up a Christmas tree this year.
Yeah. At least 5.
Yeah.
It's not about that.
It's not. It's like she said, people love the nostalgia of it, the feelings of it.
Right.
I like just looking at a Christmas tree.
I like looking at the kids' faces when they see what's under the Christmas tree.
Yeah. I wouldn't put up a tree either if we didn't have children. I'd put up lights. I like looking at the lights more than I like looking at the tree.
We could do that anyways. Babe, you could buy some fucking LED or Christmas lights and string that entire fucking living room and leave them up year round. I don't give a fuck. If you're like, I like Christmas lights and there's enough light that I can see my plate while I'm eating dinner, we don't have to turn a fucking light on in the living room. I don't give a shit. The house is your domain. And if you are happy with the house and I am happy with you and our life is good, I don't give a fuck. But if you're like, babe, it's Christmas time, you have to go outside and hang lights in 100-degree weather because we live in Florida, it's festive. No.
And if I wanted it that bad, I would do it myself. But I don't like ladders and my angle's weak.
Right.
And if I wanted it that bad, I'd pay somebody to do it.
That's it. I would find somebody to come and hang the lights.
All right, continuing on with what the husband was saying. It doesn't matter what they did 1,000 years ago to me. I don't want Christian imagery around my kids.
Well, we know that it wasn't 1,000 years ago. According to
No.
what you said, it was less than 300.
Yeah, starting over in wherever across the ocean. I took geography twice, so definitely not good at maps. Thank God I live in a time where there's GPSs and you remember MapQuest?
Yeah, I remember not.
Oh my goodness.
I remember a life without MapQuest.
Yeah.
I remember having to pull over to the gas station and be like, yo, where's this place? And then having to remember them going, make your second light left, make a right at the big oak tree, turn around the dirt road. Mm-hmm. If you see the barn, you've gone too far. Yeah.
And that's the only thing I'm going to remember. If I see the barn, I went the wrong way. I don't remember the other 40 steps they told me before that. Oh, gosh. Yeah. Thank goodness I'm not a man, too. I'm allowed to be ditzy and be like, oh, my gosh, I don't know where we're going. As a man, that's not cute.
No, it's not.
But also, that's bullshit. I don't want Christian imagery around my kids. You set up a Christmas tree last year. Why are you lying through your teeth right now, bro?
Could you imagine hating something so much simply because of whatever it is that because it's never done anything to him? People may have done things to him based off of religion, like the religious abuse. That's a person thing, not a biblical thing.
Right.
Right? God in Christ is not doing this shit to you. It's people.
Yeah, Jesus didn't come down here and beat you with a rod.
Right. Somebody else did that shit.
Right.
And you're taking that out on your children.
Yeah.
Your kids are in that house that want to have, well, granted, in this case, it's his wife because they have a 1-year-old. The 1-year-old's not going to fucking remember Christmas. They could have had a 5 or a 6 year break and then started doing Christmas if they really wanted to. But I couldn't imagine going, hey, because somebody did something to me in 1941 and I didn't like the way it made me feel, because of that, my kids don't get to wake up Christmas morning from Santa.
It's just people getting to have their cake and eat it too, and I don't live like that. Annoying. But that's about it, so do what you want. He just keeps fucking going.
He's a hypocrite.
He is.
Because he said that we never had a tree and enjoyed Christmas. So you enjoyed a Christian holiday or even a pagan holiday, even though you're atheist, not believing in anything bigger than you. So which is it? You do that or you don't do that, and you're trying to make your argument to make her feel like shit so that you don't have to deal with the fact that the tree's going up.
Yeah. He continues on to say, it's like a Muslim putting up a menorah to me and making excuses about it. It's just like, okay, dude, whatever, LOL. Do whatever you want, but don't try to justify it or talk logically about religion to me then. You married the most atheist person in not just redacted place, but in the United States just remember who you married, dear.
Oh, it's very clear who she married.
Piece of shit.
Yeah, you were very clear about the type of man that you are.
Yeah, pussy. Continuing on, the wife responds and says, I didn't mean to make you upset. Maybe I'll do a small holiday display in my room upstairs instead or something. Oh, so they have separate rooms. Continuing on, he says, I'm not upset, I'm just annoyed. If you wanted to put up a cross, it would be a different story. I don't want this Christian imagery anywhere around my children. It's so infection that just the imagery can make them considerate.
So she could put a cross up and that's okay?
Consider it.
She could put a cross up and that's okay, but not a tree?
I don't know.
Dude needs to do some research of what
Yeah, he sounds ignorant as fuck right now.
the Christmas tree is.
Yeah.
I could never fucking imagine having a conversation where I belittle you like that.
Right. I wouldn't stand for it.
Even if I vehemently disagreed, we're going to have an intelligent conversation where there is respect, love, and admiration as to why I disagree. And then we're going to try to find a way that we can both be happy with the situation. I just don't, I don't get it. I don't fucking get it. I'm wondering if he buys Christmas gifts. I wonder if he's ever received a Christmas gift.
You drink eggnog, homie?
Right? Have you ever received a Christmas gift? Ever hunted for an Easter basket? Have you ever done anything that could potentially be viewed as a religious holiday? Because if you have, you're a hypocrite.
Mm-hmm. They decorated a tree last year.
When boss goes, hey, you've been a really good fucking employee this year. Here's a Christmas bonus. Say, no, I don't fucking celebrate Christmas, bro.
Fucking Christian.
That fucking shit out of here. No, you say, thank you. I appreciate that, boss. I appreciate you recognizing my hard work and you take that money. You ain't talking shit to your boss like you talk shit to your wife.
That's such pussy behavior. That's gonna be the last time I say it, I promise. I'll start calling him a pomegranate, but fuck. Continuing on, he says, plenty of way to enjoy the holiday and make the kids have fun without spreading infectious, disgusting Christian crap. But that's just how I feel about it. As I said, you guys can decorate however you want, wherever you want. I'm just annoyed by it, and I have every right to be. She already has one at her grandma's, right? Not like she doesn't get to have one. It just sucks when the symbology makes one of us feel good, but the other one feel bad, and I just can't understand why. This is why I married an atheist. That's why I was so picky. So I wouldn't have to argue about crap like this, LOL. But I'm not upset, I just hate Christians, and you know that. I make a lot of observations every single... I can tell this bro was hurt by somebody.
Mm-hmm. Can you read that line about why he married an atheist instead of why he married the woman he loves?
This is why I married an atheist. That's why I was so picky. So I wouldn't have to argue about crap like this, LOL.
So that's what she brought to the table?
She was an atheist, yeah.
She was an atheist.
He goes on to say, I make a lot of observations every single day about a lot of different things. You can't get hung up on this one thing, especially when it's Christian stuff. I don't want to feel like I can't express myself because it's going to end up in some big change every single time, especially over Christian crap. And then one of our wizards wrote, Holy Christ on the cross, take a breath. She finally gets to respond.
That was all from him?
That was all from him.
Was that back-to-back messages?
Yes.
Okay, so he's fucking...
Oh, he's just fucking getting it,
okay.
yeah. And I can tell he's upset because there's typos.
Yeah.
People get stupid when they get mad.
Your IQ actually does drop.
It does.
And your patience drops.
Yep.
Your aptitude to correct problems drops.
Yep. Wife responds with, I never viewed the tree as an exclusively Christian thing, because it's not. I don't put an angel on top, which is correct. The photo that she sent from last year, it was a snowflake. And I don't have Jesus or Mary ornaments. I wasn't allowed to believe in Santa growing up, so that was a lot of fun to do with redacted the teen daughter possibly. As she grew up, and the tree is the part of that. The tree is part of that. It's just something I enjoy doing every year. The idea that atheists don't decorate for Christmas is mind-boggling to me. I know so many that do. It's your house too, and if it makes you uncomfortable, I don't have to do it, and I won't. And then this is from one of our wizards. Oh no, the beast. It arises from its slumber. It's a bird. It's a plane. No. It's an actual religious scholar. Continuing on. From husband, Because atheist parents don't want their kids feeling left out at school like all the Jewish kids, and that's fine. I just don't make excuses when it comes to religion like that. It's very serious to me. And I want to be able to talk about shit like this without you making big suggestions to change things. I never even asked you to do that. In fact, I included statements like it's fine if you want to put it up. So stop acting like that, dude.
Okay, wait, was that from him or from her?
That's from him.
He just called his wife dude.
He did.
He is gaslighting her.
Yeah.
And it's in writing.
Yeah.
There's the example.
Yeah.
That I wanted in the beginning.
Yep. Most atheists don't even know why they believe. They just make excuses like other Christians. I'm an actual religious scholar who studies logic. That's why I commit to it. No fucking way this dude is a religious scholar. No way. No way. Get your money back.
So while you were reading that, I pulled up the history of the Christmas tree for the religious scholar. I didn't know it was coming.
Run it.
Okay. Ancient origins. In pre-Christian times.
Pre-Christian.
People decorated their homes with evergreen plants during the winter solstice to symbolize life and hope. Nothing there about religion.
Right.
In German origins, the modern Christmas tree tradition originated in Germany, where families would set up a paradise tree in their home on December 24th. These trees were meant to represent the Garden of Eden and were decorated with apples. Okay, so there is a little bit of Christianity there.
Yeah.
With Christian symbolism, the evergreen tree has multiple symbolic meanings in Christianity. Hope, because it's green all year, the tree represents hope. Resurrection, because the tree is cut down and then put back up, it symbolizes Christ's resurrection. Light of the world, candles were often added to the tree to symbolize Jesus, the light of the world, which is obviously the fucking lights. And then the Eucharistic host, wafers were hung on the tree, which, you know, obviously is the fucking things.
Yeah.
As a child growing up, I had no idea that the tree symbolized any of that. It was a fucking Christmas tree to symbolize that Christmas is coming, that Santa's going to put gifts underneath, and I'm going to get to wake up one day and have gifts. Mm. But knowing that Christians took pagan holidays or even celebrations and made it coincide with Christian things to make it easier for people of pagan descent to convert.
Participate.
Right. The Christmas tree itself has nothing to do with Christianity. In Germany, they started bringing that in there around Christmas time for a paradise tree to represent the Garden of Eden. And that's where the Christianity aspect of it started. Long before Christmas trees were considered the decor for the holidays, they were simply humble, fragrant evergreens that served as a source of joy during the harsh winter months. But what does the Christmas tree symbolize? How did it evolve into one of the most celebrated icons of the season? There's a whole bunch of useless shit there. In ancient cultures, the winter solstice was heralded as the beginning of brighter days ahead, an indication that the sun god was regaining strength because evergreen trees regain their color through all four seasons. They were displayed to embrace in coordination with the solstice as a reminder of warmer months to come, to bring some sort of comfort knowing that the snow is going to go away and we're going to get warm again.
Sun god ain't Christian.
No. In Egypt, a similar mindset was adopted. The sun god Ra typically grew weak as conditions became colder and darker. The solstice was seen as the turning point in seasons, so Egyptians decorated their homes with palm leaves and branches. In ancient Rome, a feast called Saturnalia was held during the solstice, which also encouraged people to celebrate the springtime and bountiful harvests ahead with evergreen decorations. This says the tradition of adding a candle to the tree and branches was most commonly attributed to Martin Luther, leader of the Protestant Reformation movement in the 1500s. Legends suggest he was inspired by the stars in the night sky and wished to create the scene in his own home using candlelight. So that has nothing to do with God. If that's the way that he did it, he saw stars.
Hold me like the stars.
Oh, sparkles, right?
Pretty.
Yeah. It did not become related to Christianity until the late 1700s, early 1800s. It would be less than 300 years. If it was late 1700s, it's not even 300 years yet.
Yeah, if we're looking at like 1798. Yeah.
I think it's fucked up that we have to give disclaimers when we make our podcast because people like to talk shit about us being not licensed. And we've never once claimed we were, but old boy's a religious scholar. He said that shit with his full chest.
And he thinks that atheists don't put up Christmas trees. All right, continuing on. He says, but it's not that big a deal. Just remember who you married, dude. Come on now. I'm going to talk shit about the Christmas tree doesn't mean you can't put it up.
The problem isn't that you talk shit about the Christmas tree. It's that you talk shit to your wife.
Yeah.
So you have a God complex, bro. You have a God. You're an egotistical fuck.
Well,
You have a God complex.
He's an atheist. He believes he's the end all be all of his existence. I couldn't imagine believing that I'm the most important thing in my life.
I wouldn't want to be the most important thing in my life.
Like, this is it? Fuck.
I'm a better man because I serve you and the children.
Yeah.
I have something to strive for. I am working towards an end goal. I'm not just existing to end up in a box one day.
Yep.
And you can even play the religion aspect into that if you want to. My relationship with Christ is my relationship with Christ. And the things that I'm doing is because there was an example set of how I'm supposed to live my life. And I'm supposed to be getting better as I go because I'm learning new things and factoring new things. If you have nothing to look forward to and you're going to die and end up in a box and you're not willing to serve your wife and serve your children and all you're doing is serving self, how's that working out for you? That sounds lonely as a motherfucker.
Yes, it does.
Sounds like you hate your woman.
The wife responded with, well, I don't want to now, with a side face emoji.
There you go. That bullying and that manipulation worked.
Yeah, he got what he wanted.
That's exactly what it was.
He then goes on to say, you're acting like I said it's a requirement, and I'm putting my foot down and shamed you all over it. Jesus Christ.
It's exactly what you did.
That's exactly what he did. Yep. Why did I even bother trying to find an atheist woman if I was just going to have this argument anyway?
Wow.
All you had to do was say it's a pagan tree and laugh it off and keep pushing. I literally said it doesn't bother me if you put it up in the initial comment. All you had to do was say it's a pagan tree and laugh it off and keep pushing.
And keep pushing. And keep pushing.
So you want an argument. You want the back and forth. This is not a man. This is a little boy who has matured, still probably 15, 16-year-old mindset, and is now playing house. I am so sorry this woman has a 1-year-old with this man. He goes on to say, why would I even put you on game to do it yourself if I was trying to avoid it being put up in the first place? Why wouldn't I just not put it up and pump fake you guys? Give me some credit here, Jesus dude. I'm the one that puts it up every year, me. I'm allowed to talk shit about the Christmas tree, dude. Come on. This is all him just fucking sending message after message.
This is abuse.
This is abuse.
This is how somebody breaks down your personality and self-worth.
Your character.
To the point where you no longer have enough self-confidence in yourself to do the things that you want to do.
Become a shell of a person.
The next thing is going to be no one will ever love you like I do.
Yeah.
No one will ever treat you as good as I do. You can't do better than me. And what happens is she just keeps getting pushed further and further down until she is completely under thumb and there's nothing she can do about it. Because he's psychologically manipulated and like this is psychological
He's tearing
warfare.
her down. 100%. He then goes on to say, it'd be like if you guys put up a menorah, I would talk shit about that too. I don't know how many more religion and allergies, and then there's quotations from our people saying religious analogies, which is probably what they meant. I can make here, but this is not cool to treat me like this. I just wanted to complain about the Christmas tree and put you on game that I wasn't going to be installing it myself this year.
And put you on game.
Yeah.
You know the easiest way to go about that conversation? Hey, I don't care what you do. If you want to put up a Christmas tree, do it. I don't want to do it.
Yeah, all of that shaming and shit talking and all of that other stuff didn't have to happen. I would never tolerate this.
Right.
Never tolerate this.
Healed you wouldn't tolerate this.
Healed me would be petty as fuck about this. Healed me would have put a stop to this, like, look, I'm not having this conversation with you anymore. I'm going to do whatever I want, and if you continue shit talking, then we're going to have a back and forth. Because I'm not doing this. Pack my shit and go stay at my grandma's, my mom's house, my sister's house. I'm going to call it my best friend in Kentucky.
Do you actually have a best friend in Kentucky?
No, I don't. That was just made up.
That was news to me. I'm just checking.
Yeah, no, that was totally made up. He's a bully.
Yep.
And he gets away with this seemingly all the time. And I will bully a bully. We're going to match that energy, but you have not come across somebody like me before. Make you go home and hate yourself.
People like that already do hate themselves.
Yeah, well, I'm going to fucking twist that knife a little bit more. I'm getting irritated. He continues to go on. He just doesn't stop. Here goes religion poisoning even more of my life. Redacted name doesn't even believe in Santa anymore, and neither do you, so I don't know why you would bring that up as an argument. I literally put it up every single year of her childhood and wrote Santa on the notes and put cookies out and bit them myself. So obviously I care, right?
Wait, so you're saying that you pretended to do something so that your child could believe in something that you can't prove exists because it brings them joy? Sounds like a little bit of religion, doesn't it? Because that's not a relationship with Santa, it's a religion. You're good all year hoping to get something at the end. That sounds like religion, doesn't it?
If I act right, I get something out of it. He continues on and says, and you know what, if the shoe is on the other foot, I might just say, you know what, you've been an amazing, tolerant person considering we do the whole Christmas thing. Why don't we just turn Gertrude into the tree this year? I don't know why that couldn't have been a reasonable response.
I don't know if I got ahead of myself. Was that him talking to her?
That's him talking to her.
I'm
so if
lost.
she had come to him and said, I don't want to fuck with the Christmas tree this year, religious trauma, I'm going to spew all of this thing at you. He said his response would have been, you know what, you've been an amazing, tolerant person considering we do the whole Christmas thing. Why don't we turn Gertrude into the tree this year? I don't know why that couldn't have been a reasonable response.
I still don't understand. He's been vehemently against Christmas tree this entire time.
Right.
So there's not, how in the fuck would that even work?
He's saying if he were in her shoes, like if the roles were reversed and she was the one with the problem, he would have said that to her.
That still doesn't make sense to me.
I don't understand why that doesn't make sense to you.
Because if the roles were reversed, he wants his wife to say, you have been so understanding and tolerant, and you've been such a good husband that I'll just go ahead and do the Christmas tree without you.
No, he wants to decorate Gertrude as a tree. That little side plant that I showed you next to the Christmas tree last year?
Right.
That's what he wants to decorate as the tree. He pretty much is saying that you should have just bowed down and said, okay.
That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any fucking sense because he's been vehemently against the entire process.
Well, this time, yes. They've been doing a Christmas tree up until this point.
This is gaslighting.
Yeah.
This is by definition gaslighting.
Yeah. Dude's fucking insane. The wife responds with, I just don't know. I just didn't know it bothered you so much and I feel bad. I don't like upsetting you.
Because he got what he wanted.
Yeah. He responds with 5 text messages and says, I said it just annoys me. I literally said I wasn't upset. Homie, you're coming across as upset. It's obvious that you're the one who's upset by this thing, and I guess I shouldn't have said anything since it was such a sensitive topic. You're the one being sensitive about it. You're the one throwing the temper tantrum about the Christmas tree. If anybody's being a little sniveling bitch here, it's you. Continuing on, I was just trying to laugh and poke fun at Christians.
That's not what was happening.
That is not what was happening. Just ask me what Christmas looked like my entire childhood, and I can tell you all about wanting to make up for the lost time or lost memories. But does it make sense to act like this when all I was trying to do was poke fun at Christians for something I do every single day all the time? I'm sorry if I made you upset. I was just trying to have some fun. You fucking liar. You manipulative piece of shit. I was just trying to have some fun. I'm going to make you feel bad about everything that you want to do. And then when you're actually upset about it, well, it was just a joke.
Yeah, I got my way. Now I have to diffuse.
The wife responds with, it's okay. I'm sorry. I just completely misinterpreted the situation. You did not. You did not misinterpret the situation. You married a piece of shit. She sends a heart. He sends a heart. And then he says, I shouldn't have said anything.
I agree with the last part.
Shouldn't have said shit.
Hey, is this going to make you happy? Yeah? Okay. Because it's not going to make me unhappy. This isn't hurting me.
Yeah.
There's nothing here that's ruining my life. We had Christmas garland wrapped around the window things
Yeah.
in the living room
For the last year.
all year.
Yeah. Yep.
And I noticed it. And then when I noticed it, I only said it once. Hey. And you're like, yeah. I was like, okay.
Yep. I was not climbing back up on that step stool to get those down. Too scared to.
What I mean, but you didn't ask me to do it either.
No.
You obviously liked it up there. I'm not, I don't care. How is that impacting my life? This argument, this manipulation, if this would have just been a normal argument between two people over something like this is a stupid argument.
A stupid argument.
If your person comes to you and goes, hey, I enjoy this thing, and it's not hurting anyone, it's not hurting anything, I'm going to go ahead and just do this, put Christmas lights up, whatever. It'll make you happy? Yeah, then do it, babe. Fucking run that shit. Be happy. Even if he thought, even if you did this, if this was us, and even if I truly hated Christmas, and I have reasons to not fuck with the holidays. I have a whole lot of things, especially around Christmas time. We've talked about this at length. I'm not going to take away that joy from other people because I have trauma or whatever my issue is. That's not fair to other people. Is it fair to me that I have to witness the Christmas holiday and relive my triggers or whatever? That's a me problem. I should have worked on my shit by now, right? Like, I couldn't imagine looking at our kids at 5 and 6 years old and being like, I'm not going to say that because there might be little kids listening.
Okay.
But your imaginary friend isn't real. Fuck you. Christmas is a joke, and like just destroy their little lives at 5 and 6 years old because of the man in the sky. Like, are you fucking kidding me? So here's what's going to happen. If she stays with this guy and this behavior continues, eventually her self-worth will be so degraded that he will be able to manipulate her to do whatever he wants just by throwing a tantrum. That 1-year-old is going to grow up and see this behavior and it's going to repeat it, or it's going to find people that treat them that way.
That's what they think love is.
But they are going to grow up with a jaded view of the holidays and the hostility that comes around it because they can't find a little bit of love in their life. I would have taken that. This is why I married an atheist. This is why I was so picky about an atheist. If you have no religion in your vows, and there's no higher power there to turn to when things are really going bad for you, where's the meaning behind your shit? Because people lie. Everyone is a fucking liar.
Yep.
Literally everyone on the planet is a liar. And if you go, I'm not a fucking liar. Yeah, you are. You ever called into work and been like, I'm sick? When you
Fake
really
that cough.
When you really just didn't want to go?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or you made plans and then canceled last minute because some made up bullshit because
I got into a car accident.
Right, because you didn't want to fucking go and you did when you made the plans. You're a liar. You ever somebody called me like, I don't want to talk to him, I'm not here. You're a liar. Everybody fucking lies. Mm-hmm. So I don't get it. I really fucking don't, man. I'll read this and then we can get to the update. Jenna said, but the argument didn't even make sense. He said, I don't want Christmas imagery around my kids, despite also saying he only celebrated before to make his kids happy.
Right.
This was not about the holidays. This was about manipulation to get his way. This is something that people do to devalue a human being so that they can control them.
Yeah.
Let's hear this horrible update.
This was an update the White posted in the comments section. To the thousands of Redditors who had viewed this post and commented your kind words of support, I've endured a decade of this vitriol in my marriage. I make a lot of excuses for him. I cling to the endearing qualities that he does have. I think a subconscious part of me making this post was craving the validation of strangers to acknowledge that this is not normal or okay. I'm painfully aware, and I feel very trapped. Over 4,000 of you have given me the courage and the confidence to acknowledge that I do not have to accept any of it. I am going to take the careful but sincere steps to get myself and my babies out. To be frankly honest, I fell out of love years ago, but the financial trap is debilitating and oppressive. I don't know if I can make it alone, and I'm terrified. I couldn't care less about his feelings on the matter. I couldn't care less that he can't take care of himself. I'm at the end of my rope. Thank you all for your support. Reddit really made a difference today for one human and her 2 children. Dude's gonna die miserable and alone.
Dude is already miserable and alone. This is why we tell you guys over and over and over again over the last 3 years that you need to value yourself. You need to have self-worth. You need to understand that you are a human being that is worthy of somebody else's love. Because when you have self-worth and you know what you bring to the table and you know who you are as an individual, you will not allow people to treat you that way. And when people start to manipulate you and the psychological warfare starts and you allow them to knock you down a peg and then another peg and another peg, and then they start talking down on you, you find yourself in situations like this because you allowed it to happen.
Yeah.
And this isn't victim blaming. Before anybody says anything about fucking victim blaming, it's not. The reality of it is she could have been a very strong-headed person at one point and has allowed this behavior to continue until she no longer believes in herself. And those were choices that she made. Yep. Instead of going the very first time it happened, being like, hey, what you're doing right now is wrong, and I'm not going to tolerate the disrespect. You're not going to talk to me that way. Would you like to try? Would you like to start over? Yeah. Would you like to try that again?
Dude's mentally ill as fuck.
Yeah. I don't think he is. I think this is, I believe this is all intentional.
I didn't say it wasn't intentional, but I do view that as a walking mental illness.
Yeah.
I don't know how else somebody can rationalize speaking to somebody that way.
So it's a superiority complex or inferiority, believing that other people are below them.